Indian actor Salman Khan became a Bollywood darling during the 1990s. His career was on a steady climb until 2002, when Khan ran over 5 people and crashed his Toyota Land Cruiser into a bakery, killing 1. This insane story has an even crazier ending. That's today on Death in Entertainment.
Live from Los Angeles.
911, what is your emergency?
Here in Hollywood now.
2 counts of murder,
Injury and death.
Oh my God!
Shocking new details
That has stunned the entertainment world.
This makes me a little nervous.
The hair stood up on my arms.
Just like in the movies.
What do you call this thing anyway?
Death.
In entertainment.
Hello, Dipod Universe.
Hello. Post-Thanksgiving.
Post-Thanksgiving, we got the post-Thanksgiving glow.
Yeah, we still get that turkey in our stomach.
In our guts.
In our guts, and we're digesting it. Because we're gross.
Yes, and we are also 3 people. My name is Kyle Ploof.
My name is Mark Mulcairn.
And I'm Alejandro Dowlane.
And we are making Dipod history tonight.
Yes.
We are going to Bollywood. But before we go there, we're going to September 28th, 2002.
Come on.
Okay, Alejandro, September 28th, 2002, what did we have for top songs at this time?
Why'd you have to go and make things so complicated?
I say the way you're acting like you're somebody else.
Who sings that?
Get to me frustrated.
Avril Lavigne.
Avril
yeah.
Lavigne, Canadian superstar, Avril Lavigne.
She looks very different now. Looks like they recast her or something.
Well, there is a conspiracy theory out there that she killed herself and was replaced by an industry plant.
Wait, is this like the Canadian government? Like, who is overseeing the plant?
Hollywood.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Remember, we covered this on our Urban Legends episode.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
She was replaced by Melissa.
That's right.
Lucky Melissa.
And Melissa married Chad Kroger.
Yep.
Yeah.
From what was that band he was in?
Nickelback.
Front.
Nickel front, back. Any way you look at
Penny
it.
front.
Seems like a bad idea.
Yeah.
But what is not a bad idea is number 2 here on the list. Gangsta Lovin' by Eve, featuring Alicia Keys.
I don't think I remember this one. I don't know by the name.
It's like an Eve B-side, I think. I didn't know she had him, but yeah. It got to number 2, though, so not bad.
Yep.
Should be an A-side.
Still at it at that time.
Yeah.
You know? And Alicia Keys just getting started.
I remember Eve, she had the tattoos on her breasts of the cat paws. Remember
Yes.
that? That was a little spicy.
Yeah. Some didn't notice the cat paws.
Yeah.
Oh, I noticed.
Number 1, Dilemma. Some might say this episode, there's a bit of a dilemma at the
Nice.
center of it.
Hey.
Nice.
Actually, I don't know. Kyle, is that accurate?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
More than one.
Oh.
Many dilemmas. Dilemma.
And Dilemma is by Nelly and Kelly Rowland.
Yep.
2 very obnoxious people. Remember, Nelly had the Band-Aid on his face for no reason?
Yeah, that's everybody needs a thing, and I just feel like he was like, ha ha.
Yeah.
That's a blatant copy of Left Eye's Condom.
That's true
kind
too.
of. Yeah, and Cindy Crawford had the beauty mark on her lip.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, everyone's got their thing.
Yeah.
And Destiny's Child was winding down, so Kelly Rowland is trying to get something going solo.
She's
Yep.
trying to jump on that Nelly train. She's like, this guy's going somewhere.
Yeah. She didn't realize it was the last stop.
Hey.
yeah. She got in at the tail end of that.
The choo-choo running out of fuel.
The Band-Aid was falling off. The adhesive was not working anymore.
But
this is right before she got into Freddy versus Jason.
You beat me to it. I was about to say it.
she was in the what?
Yeah. And it was kind of controversial because Freddy pops out, and when he's about to kill Kelly Rowland, he goes, "How sweet, dark meat."
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Wow.
A little. I was like, whoa, Freddie, a little
Wow.
too much for me here.
First thing you get dumped by, Beyonce. Then you get dumped by Nelly, and then someone says that to you, like a racial comment in a horror movie.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I don't like my supernatural homicidal killers to be racist.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I want them pure.
That's where I draw the line.
Take it down a notch, Kruger.
Michael Myers, he didn't see race.
No,
Yeah.
couldn't see anything. Got a mask on.
He saw blood.
Yeah, because Jamie Lee Curtis shot his eyes out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, speaking of movies.
Oh, speaking of movies, I'm not even prepared. We're deep in this banter here.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, so the movies. I'm going to do the top 3.
Okay.
Number 3, top movies. Sweet Home Alabama.
There we go.
Sweet Home.
Is that with Reese Witherspoon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet Home Alabama and Legally Blonde were like, I think both happening around this time.
She was videotaped getting arrested one time. She's like, "Do you know who I fucking am?"
Oh my god.
She did the full like Southern Karen thing.
Wow.
I just rewatched
You revert
that.
right into that if you have a couple of drinks and you get a DUI,
I,
even if you're not from there.
I seriously just rewatched that arrest video.
Oh,
the
did
other
you?
day. It's great.
I've never seen it.
Really?
Oh, that's gonna be great to
Yeah,
watch.
her husband is drunk as a skunk.
Oh.
Who? Ryan Philippine?
No. She was divorced from him, but some nobody. And then she's like, "Excuse me, officer, like, can you please leave us?" And then they're like, "Ma'am, we told you to stay in the car."
Oh my
and she's
god.
like, "I don't think you know who I am." And he's like, "Ma'am,
Have you seen Election?
yeah.
The cop's like, "No, I don't watch art house movies from 1998. What are you talking about?"
Have you seen Fear? Where I get fingered on a roller coaster? Hello.
To the cover of the Rolling Stone, Wild Horses. Like, no, you're giving me very specific movies. Why don't you mention the one where you go to Harvard? No, I'm not mentioning Legally Blonde for some reason.
And then
okay.
a second later, he throws the cuffs on her, so it's very satisfying.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
yeah, she gets her comeuppance.
Wow.
Number 2 movie right now, Barbershop,
Yeah.
Ooh.
with Cedric the Entertainer as one of the barbers, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that was
Sure
a
was.
big vehicle for him.
Huge.
Yeah, big movie. Ice Cube, isn't it also?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like everybody was in it.
Yeah.
I'm going to stop naming names before I get myself in trouble.
Yeah.
And then Queen Latifah did Beauty Shop, a spinoff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like, I don't know, she has a fan base out there. She's in the Equalizer too.
We don't know where, but they're out there.
Yeah, I would assume Queen Latifah has a fan base.
Yeah, why not?
She's been around a while.
yeah, she did great music and great movies.
Yeah. She's in Taxi with Jimmy Fallon. Everybody
Yeah.
loves
Oh,
that.
geez.
Yeah, that blockbuster. That's the one she names when she gets the DUI. I was in Taxi with Jimmy Fallon.
I tried to hate watch that, and I couldn't even get through half of it.
Oh, that's terrible.
It's grating.
His acting makes no sense.
No.
It's like he's probably drunk on set too.
Well, that's actually very possible.
yeah.
Yeah. Number 1 movie at this time, My Big Fat Greek Wedding, the Nia
Wow.
Vardalos classic. What started it all, the empire of all these movies
Yeah.
that keep failing every couple of years.
They just made a Greek Wedding 3 this
Yeah.
year.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And
They've tried everything. They've tried a series, an animated show.
did they do an animated
I think they
show?
did an
Oh my
animated
God.
show, yeah.
I remember that short-lived sitcom.
Yeah.
It was because the movie was pretty much, look, it's fine. It made a lot of money. People loved it. But the humor was pretty much like a sitcom in it.
Yeah.
But for some reason, when they actually made it into a sitcom, it was so much worse.
Yeah, like the crazy uncle's like the star of it. He's like,
Right.
how I'm gonna.
Because even John Corbett was too big to reprise his role.
Yeah, why would he
That's
not
when
do
you
that?
know
Why
the
would he not
sitcom
do that?
sucks.
You can't get Corbett.
Listen, Corbett passed.
Yeah, he's doing another Ford commercial.
And incidentally, Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson discovered Nia Vardalos and her movie.
Yeah, that's right.
and put up the money, and boy, did they get rich off of this. As if
Wow.
they weren't already rich.
Yeah,
That's crazy. I
Because
didn't
this
know that.
movie made upwards of $300 million.
Yeah, off a budget of like nothing. And I'm sure they just pocketed all
Oh, yeah.
that. Yeah.
I actually think it is considered the highest grossing independent movie of all time.
Yeah.
Even more
Yeah.
than Blair Witch.
Yeah.
That's
And
great.
Rita Wilson is Greek. That's why she wanted to do it. That's
Yep.
why she was into this story. So
Wow. Is Wilson like a fake last name? Is it really like Papafotopoulos?
yeah. No, not to be confused with Papadopoulos. What's your friend's name? The stand-up comedian?
Giannis Papas?
Yeah. Or George Papadopoulos from the fucking show
Full House.
Full House.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of those.
It'd be funny if Rita Wilson's maiden name was Hayes.
Yeah.
And that's where Chet got his.
Oh
from.
yeah.
Yeah, so we're talking about Bollywood today. The top movie in Bollywood in 2002 was The Legend of Bhagat Singh.
Oh.
It is the story of a young revolutionary who raised an armed resistance against the British rule in India.
Sounds epic.
Yeah. Speaking of epic, we're moving on to the story of Salman Khan. Let's go.
Let's go.
All right. So this whole story is about this lunatic that is very popular in Bollywood. His name is Salman Khan. His real name was Abdul Rashid Salim Salman Khan.
So he shortened it for the
Yeah.
for the movies.
So he made it ready for Bollywood.
Yeah, 2 out of 5 ain't bad. He dropped 3 names.
Yeah.
He was born December 27th, 1965. It's hilarious how they characterize him online. They say he's an Indian film actor, producer, occasional singer, and television personality.
You got to wear many hats over there.
Yeah.
Multi-hyphenate.
Are you a singer? No, I'm an occasional singer, actually. Thank you.
Yeah. Not full time.
Yeah, so he's the son of a screenwriter, the oldest son of a screenwriter.
Oh, he's a Nepo baby.
Big time Nepo
I
family
knew I
here.
hated this guy.
Salim Khan is his dad, who was a screenwriter in Bollywood, and his wife was Shashila Sharak, who later adopted the name Salma Khan, so she could just fit in
Yeah,
with the whole-
everyone's trying to get easier sounding names. I get it.
the Khan cult.
Yeah. And his
Cult.
sister is Shaka Khan.
Hey, Shaka Khan, Shaka Khan, Shaka Khan. Pretty much immediately, he's able to get into the movie industry at a very young age. In 1989, he had his debut in a huge film called Biwi Ho To Aisi,
Oh, that's one of my favorites.
right?
I grew up with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
That and
go-to.
Beetlejuice.
Yeah, can't get enough of it.
Yeah. And that was for a supporting role. He then went to be the lead in a romantic family drama, which became one of the highest grossing Indian films of all time. It's called Main Pyar Kiya. Well, I think that's how it's pronounced.
Yeah.
It earned him his first nomination for Best Actor, along with a nomination for Best Male Debut,
Where what is this award show?
Filmfare.
So is this like the Bollywood Oscars?
Filmfare is an Indian English language fortnightly magazine published by Worldwide Media.
It's recognition.
It's recognition.
So yeah, that's 1989 for him. That's his first year, and it's like boom, supporting role, then lead, and then he's got 2 nominations right off the bat.
Oh, I see here the Filmfare ceremony is one of the most famous film events in India.
Yeah.
And that's introduced by the Filmfare magazine. So it must be something that they make a big deal out of.
Yeah. In 1994, he then went to have his first box office fail.
Ooh.
Yeah.
His Cobb, if you will.
Andaz Apna Apna.
Like Tommy Lee Jones Cobb.
It failed at the box office, but then gained cult status over the years.
And what's it called?
Andaz Apna Apna.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll have to look for that one.
Yeah.
On,
I thought that would have done better.
on the midnight circuit.
Yeah.
I could see Tarantino playing it at the New Beverly.
Okay, the reason why this is a good movie's good, okay? At first, the critics didn't get it, okay? But now I do, and I'm playing it at the New Beverly, okay?
In fact, one of the scenes from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was based on it.
the flamethrower is that guy. Okay.
If you see there's a little mark on the flamethrower,
Yeah.
it's the initials of him.
Yeah. It says Khan. Okay.
Later in the year, he was in the romance film Hum Apke Hain Kun.
Hamana.
Humana. It earned 3 Filmfare Awards
Oh.
for Best Film, Best Director, and Best Actress.
It went across 3 pages.
Yeah. It also won the National Award for being the most popular film of the year. It earned $1.35 billion,
Shot.
but that's in Indian currency, I guess.
Oh.
$19 million.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, Jesus Christ, this guy's on a tear.
Whoa!
Which
This guy's doing Avatar money for fucking nothing.
Yeah.
which converts to $2 US American dollars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're getting crushed over there with our exchange rate.
Yeah, so he's having a lot of success. He's getting in more movies.
The flop doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter because it turned into a cult hit
Right.
phenomenon.
It did DVD sales.
Everything this guy touches is turning to gold, pretty much.
So far.
Yeah.
He's on a gravy train with biscuit wheels right now.
Biscuit goddamn wheels. So they said they gave him like big reviews in 1999. One of the top critics wrote out there, Salman is endearing. He does tend to ham in the dramatic scenes, but looks very comfortable doing comedy in those romantic scenes.
So the critics
Burn.
are getting on board also, as well as doing some box office numbers.
Yeah,
Okay. So he's like doing one for them and one for him.
right.
You know, he's doing like a big studio, big budget one, and then he'll do like kind of an indie cult classic here and there.
Yeah.
But that's a backhanded compliment
Is it?
to say that he's hammy in the dramatic scenes.
Yeah, Hammy is not great.
But he looks very comfortable doing comedy and romantic scenes. Oh, so
Nobody-
they say he can. He's funny and he can fuck, but he can't act.
maybe in Bollywood, Hammy is good when it comes to dramatic parts. I don't know.
I don't know.
Nobody said that about Tom Hanks in Philadelphia. He was hammy.
But great. 5 out of 5.
At the turn of the century, he, was getting into bigger issues with his films. He was in a movie called Chori Chori Chupki Chupki.
I've heard of this.
Addressed the issue of surrogate childbirth.
I think.
No, you have not.
I swear it sounds vaguely familiar.
Yeah, I think this is his cob because he's playing the rich industrialist who hires a surrogate after his wife becomes infertile.
Oh.
And then, critics were saying it was absurd, but also had spontaneous performances from the cast, helping to minimize its other flaws. So, not the greatest of critiques there.
No.
He it doesn't seem he has the best critique so far. Like, he's not really a critical darling here.
Except that Filmfare magazine
Yeah.
seems to honor him quite a bit.
Yeah, maybe they paid him off or something.
Oh, that's a good point. A lot of bucks running through these
Yeah,
pictures.
Yeah, the money talks, bullshit walks,
Yep.
All right.
Shit walks.
So this is like when Pia Zadora won Best New Star at the Golden Globes in the 80s.
Yes.
People were outraged because her husband had paid them off.
Is that true?
Ooh.
Yeah, and she was actually considered the worst actress.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Yeah, and she made a couple of terrible movies that actually are fun to hate watch.
Imagine how many of those Oscars were like, because Harvey Weinstein like pulled people's arms and stuff.
Oh,
and,
totally.
Absolutely.
And like
All of 'em.
pressured people to do shit.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
Selma Hayek said.
Really?
Yeah. And that she wasn't promoted as much as Nicole Kidman that same year.
Yeah.
So he decided, like, we're going to give it to Nicole, not you.
Yeah.
But
why
it was
was he in
Harvey's-
charge of that
yeah,
shit?
like the fact that it was Harvey's decision.
Yeah, what a
not the
scumbag.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because he was a kingmaker and a
Yeah.
queen maker.
Yeah. Like Mark was saying, money talks, bullshit walks. And Salman should have been walking on September 28th, 2002.
Woo! Boy, Kyle's noggin is working
I want
overtime.
to see what the critics say about that segue.
Yeah.
That hamster wheel is really.
Putting
Little
the ham
hammy,
in
but we
hamster.
like it. Yeah.
Khan was driving around and ended up driving his car, a Toyota Highlander.
That sounds a little dumpy for a big Bollywood star.
I know, right?
Well, here's my theory behind this. The roads are a little rougher over there, so I think you want a Toyota like that. You want a Tacoma. You want a Highlander or something like that with good suspension that you could drive through the rougher parts of town.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I would prefer.
That's my devil's advocate there.
Yeah. That's actually
Toyotas are huge in India.
But they're a
huge.
great car.
I got a
Japan.
Toyota, yeah, and they're great cars here too.
They are.
Yeah.
They last forever.
Well, not like I'm looking for a good car to go start hitting pedestrians right now, but
No.
Yeah.
yeah.
So this whole thing starts September 27, 2002. At 9:30 p.m., Salman Khan and Kamal Khan leave Salman's residence, Galaxy Apartments, for Rain Bar. The two, along with Salman's bodyguard, Constable Patil, reached the bar in a Toyota Land Cruiser. Okay, so that was a Land Cruiser.
All right, that's a little more flashy.
A little
Yeah.
bigger too.
Yeah.
I don't want to get hit by a Land Cruiser.
No.
I'd rather get hit by a Toyota Corolla.
Yeah.
If I had the option.
Yeah. His bodyguard testifies Salman was driving that night.
Why isn't the bodyguard driving?
Well,
Yeah, you
that's,
drive me.
Yeah.
that's what we ask though all the time in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Those actors and actresses, and then the athletes that get into these accidents or
Yeah.
start drunk driving.
They
Why
drive off like the pier. Like, what are you
Yeah.
doing?
Like, why didn't you just call your driver?
Like Tiffany Haddish the other night.
That's right.
Yeah.
Was that on Thanksgiving?
Famous comedian Tiffany Haddish got caught on, what was it, like Olympic or something? It was in Hollywood somewhere.
It was?
In which
I didn't realize that.
she just pulled over, left the keys in the car and the car running, and just passes out. Just like, I'm going to take a nap here for a little bit
Wow.
and see what happens. I'm like, that's wild. Like,
Tinseltown, baby.
yeah,
That's her mistake to leave the car on.
ain't a bitch. Hollywood ain't a bitch.
Really calls attention to her being
Yeah,
blackout
the lights
drunk.
being on. Yeah,
Passed out.
Yeah.
When
It
the
looks like a
officer-
crime scene.
And when the officer knocked on the window, she was like, "I'd like a medium fry,
Yeah.
a small Diet Coke." And that's not even her worst controversy she's been a part of.
Oh yeah.
She also made some, unsavory videos.
Some pedophilic video.
Oh,
Yes.
boy.
Yeah.
We'll save that for another day.
Yeah, we will.
Another day, another dollar.
1:30 a.m. Salman and Kamal come out of the bar that they were all drinking at. Salman takes the driver's seat while Patil, his bodyguard, sits next to him in the passenger seat. His brother sits in the rear. The three of them drive to the JW Marriott Hotel. Salman and Kamal go inside the hotel while the bodyguard is again asked to wait outside. You wait out here. We drive you.
We don't need you anymore.
What is he even there for?
Yeah.
Or maybe it's for the HOV lanes.
Yeah, I need three
okay.
people.
Yeah, well,
Because there's so many people in
yeah,
India.
exactly. India, everything's a little
You
more
add
amped up.
one more, to everything.
Yeah. Again, Patil testifies that Salman was behind the wheel leaving there. Salman's version said that somebody else was at the wheel.
Of course.
Wait, a fourth person?
Yeah, fourth person who wasn't there, his driver.
What?
Okay. Yeah.
So stupid.
He goes to a different school. You don't know him.
He's from Canada.
Yeah. 2:15 a.m. Salman and Kamal come out of the hotel. Salman again takes the driver's seat, and with his bodyguard in the passenger seat, the bodyguard asks him if he should be driving the car, but he doesn't even respond to him.
Well, that's what they say you should do these days for a DUI in America. I know, like they say, don't even talk to him, because that right there is giving them evidence that you're drunk. Just shut the car off and don't do anything and let them pull you out of the car.
Yeah.
I've heard people say
Really?
it's insane though. Like the act of going through with this must be very tense. And just looking at a cop while they just pull you out of a car and say nothing.
I'd like to see that in action.
Yeah. I don't know how that would work. I think there's people on TikTok who try to do that, and it's just like insane. 'Cause the
my
cops
God.
are like, get out of the car, and then they just have to pull them out. Yeah.
So basically, do the opposite of what Reese Witherspoon did.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't speak in a very angry Southern accent
Yeah.
and exclaim that who you are.
Don't start yapping away,
Yeah.
spraying Merlot on the cop.
Yeah.
They'll say, I was in Big Little Lies.
Don't you know who I was?
Season 3 is coming out soon. Don't you know who I was?
Yeah. 2:30 a.m. The bodyguard Patil said that Salman was drunk and driving at a speed of 90 to 100 kilometers per hour. What's that?
Yeah,
So
what's
that
the
is, boy,
maybe they get a better deal on that exchange for
yeah.
their speed than
Oh,
I think they do on money.
That's only 55 miles an
I was
hour.
going to say that doesn't sound like that much.
Wow. Speeding.
They can't drive 55. See, Sam Hagar told them this is going to happen because he said you can't drive 55. You never heard that song?
I've heard Mas Tequila, and it sounds like they were having Mas Tequila.
It's one of his B-sides.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So they were speeding at 55 miles an hour.
Was this a school zone?
I don't know.
Come on.
The car reaches St. Andrews Road. Before reaching the junction of Hill Road, Patil warned Salman to slow down as a right turn was approaching. Salman just doesn't even speak to him.
I think it's a dense area. That's why it's 55.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If as we've seen in Slumdog Millionaire, some of these neighborhoods within India, there's like a lot of people everywhere.
Oh, yeah. It's over 1 billion people there.
Yeah, it's tons.
When he takes that right, he's speeding, 55 is very fast to take a hard turn. He loses control of the car and drives straight onto the sidewalk. As per his bodyguard's statement, the car then crashed into the American Express bakery.
What?
Just flew through a bakery.
So American Express has a chain of bakeries in India?
That actually, I wonder if it is the actual bank. It might be.
Like,
No, it can't be.
Like,
It's just got to be the name.
one executive, they're like, I get an idea. This is crazy, guys.
Muffins.
In India.
We got some Bavarian creams with a very low interest rate.
How can I put you into this Danish?
Yeah.
They're like selling, like
Stuffing it into
they're
it.
like doing the hardcore salesman. It's like a boiler room. They're trying to like.
So then Salman's version of this is that the car was only going 30 kilometers per hour. But he still didn't deny flying into a bakery. So you're pretty much fucked.
Were the breads okay?
Yeah. How was the baked goods?
There's a number of things that weren't okay after this.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
I guess it was flatbread
Yeah.
after he was done.
Yes.
Top of the muffin to you.
So he stumbles out of the car and
He said, "My driver was driving."
take my driver,
And
please.
he's got a sourdough loaf on his head. Where am I?
What happened last night?
He has a baguette like through his brain.
Don't move. There's a cruller directly through your eyeball.
Oh, fuck. There's a whole group of people that are outside screaming because they realized that there were 4 homeless people laying on the sidewalk where
shit.
he ran them all over.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Are they all just like screaming, just like in pain?
Yeah.
God.
They survived?
The crowd gathers around the car. The crowd starts to throw stones at him as he's drunkenly trying
I like
to get
this
out of the car.
vigilante, just neighbors around there, just like, yeah, why not?
And
Yeah.
they must recognize him.
Well, that's the thing. So the crowd's so angry, the bodyguard's like, hey, and shows the crowd his identity card. And Salman and Kamal ran away. So they leave the bodyguard behind with all the people throwing
Nice
stones.
guys.
He's like, yeah, you know who I am.
You know who I work for? Oh my God, he ran away.
He pulls out a DVD.
Yeah, of that cult classic.
But they hate it.
Yeah.
They're the ones that didn't like it.
Yeah.
Get
They're
out!
not part of the cult.
They didn't even see the accident.
Yeah.
They just see the DVD.
He's a
Grab
campy actor.
Grab the pitchfork. Come on.
He's too hammy.
Now he's too doughy.
Yeah. In Salman's own personal version, he said he was at the crash for at least 15 minutes and only left when a friend in the crowd instructed him to do so, fearing for his life, as the crowd was armed with rods and stones.
Okay, so what happened is it was a hit and run, and he's trying to explain like he was actually running because he was afraid for his life.
Yes. My friend told me I was going to get killed, so my friend took me out of there.
Yeah.
Investigating officer Kadam reaches the spot at 2:50 a.m. and sees, not 4, there's 5 people trapped beneath the car.
Jesus.
The crowd attempts to lift the car, but they couldn't, so they have to call a crane in. The crane tries to lift the car by hooking to its bumper. The bumper comes off and the car slips, so it fucks them up even more.
Oh, my
Jesus.
God.
Yeah.
The homeless guy's like, "Oh, thank you." Then it slips.
Oh, God. Could it get any worse?
They're feeding these homeless all the baked goods and
Yeah.
stuff. Like, it's not helping anymore. I'm stuffed. I just want to get from under the car. Like, I'm full. I've had enough, chocolate cream pies.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just trying to make the yeast expand so the car gets off them. They just start baking underneath.
They're like, will someone clear that giant crepe? They're like, "Oh no, that's actually one of the homeless guys."
Oh, God.
Oh, man.
Dork. The crane is applied once again and finally is able to remove the car. And then Salman's version is like, because he now is in trouble for killing someone because someone dies.
It's vehicular murder, whatever you call
Yeah,
it there.
only
Manslaughter.
only one of the people died underneath, so 4 survive,
Oh, great.
which is great. But Salman then is like, "Hey, they were all alive when I left. The reason that guy died is because you guys fucked up with the crane and pulled the bumper off and it slipped, and that's why he's dead, not me."
Okay.
That's kind of a slimy defense, but I kind of make sense. I
I
guess.
know.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck.
Yeah.
But you still drove into a fucking bakery.
Yeah,
Let's
but
not forget that.
It's like kicking a guy in the head and then the doctor can't save him, so you're like, ah! Were you drinking before?
Yeah.
It's like shooting a guy in the head.
Yeah.
And then someone runs him over. See, you killed him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like a fender bender in the ambulance on the way.
And I assume he was drunk.
Well, yeah, that's safe to assume, I would say.
Okay.
Well, it's probably going to be hard to get his breathalyzer, or I don't know what they do over there, like what their legal system is concerning DUIs.
They don't take that shit lightly.
Do they have the show Cops there
They might.
just to see how they do it?
Because in Europe, like, it's taken way more seriously as far as DUIs go, and it's still taken very seriously here. But
Yeah.
over there, I wonder if like you get like the death penalty for vehicular homicide or whatever they call it.
No, it's prison, but still.
Okay.
All right, so this whole timeline's insane. So September 28, 2002, his Land Cruiser rams into a bakery, killing 1 person and injuring 4 who were sleeping on the pavement. Salman was actually arrested, but granted bail. October 2002, Salman surrenders and is officially charged with the charges of culpable homicide not amounting to murder.
So that's kind of like manslaughter.
Yes.
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah.
October 24th, 2002, Khan was granted bail again, so he's out. March 2003, disputes the charges.
Yeah.
May 2003,
At the American Express
yeah.
headquarters.
I deny the charges. May 2003, the court had rejected Khan's application and asked the magistrate court to frame the charges, so charges are back on.
So he's trying to get a lesser charge, basically, instead of like what charges he was given. He's trying to do like legal, legalese of like trying to like downgrade the charges and stuff so they're not as severe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's trying to get it all around. He goes to the Bombay High Court, which is like
It's like their Supreme Court.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
he's saying like, the actual application of the law that is being applied to him should not be applied, based on this high precedent or something.
Yeah.
And he's basically doing what Trump does and trying to go to maybe higher magistrates that he's more likely to get him off and like rule in his favor.
Yeah.
It seems like he's trying to do that because he's a big star. He's like, these little, small people in this area here hate my guts because I killed like 4 of their people. No, I killed 1 of their people.
Yeah.
So, but I hurt a bunch of people and people don't like me over here. So I'm going to try to move the venue, which is like what people try to do in the U.S. all the time, like move
Yeah.
the venue from here, like out of D.C. Like Trump always tries to move out of D.C. where African Americans live and move it to like rural West Virginia or something.
Yeah.
To people who actually like him.
It happened in the Owen Hart case too with Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
He didn't want to be sued in the state of Missouri because they had no caps on damages, and he's like, it should be applied to Connecticut where they have like a $300,000 cap on it.
Yeah.
Even though
So he's trying to just kind of shop around for a jury and a judge that likes him.
But the Bombay High Court agrees with him, and they ruled that the Indian Penal Code culpable homicide not amounting to murder was not applicable in the case.
Huh.
So after that, the state government moves on with the case against the order of the Bombay High Court, which is crazy.
In some ways, it reminds me of Matthew Broderick, where he killed 2 people in Ireland.
Yep.
And he never had to answer if he was drunk or not.
Right. Yeah, in India, I'm looking here, it's like the judiciary, just like America, and then they have the High Court, then they have the Supreme Court. So the High Court's like the middleman.
Oh,
And so judiciary's like, hey, go fuck yourselves. We'll take this to the Supreme Court if we have to, pretty much. That's what it seems like. They set aside both orders and are held that the magistrate should, after the pursual of evidence, decide whether the harsher section is applicable to the case. So then they were like, let's up the charges if possible.
So he's hoping that, all this kind of political wrangling and confusion and all these, things they're trying to do will confuse the situation, just draw it out, and then hopefully he'll be able to get off after the heightened tensions have kind of worn off.
Yeah. So then, okay, we're already in 2003. We're over a year later. And then it isn't until October 2006 that the court had framed the charges against him for rash and negligent driving, which
So that's
is
pretty
lower.
downgraded. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then for 5 years, nothing's going on. In March 2011, the prosecution on the basis of evidence again is sought, and they say that Khan should be tried for more serious charges, culpable homicide not amounting to murder. Again.
So they want to keep throwing the book at him. He's judging on the fact that they will just give up eventually. Because what happens is some of these prosecutors, they just get tired and they change jobs and they go away.
Yeah.
So I think his legal strategy is just to kind of wear them out.
And how long it can stay in the court system.
Oh, yeah.
Remember Anna Nicole's billions, the money that she was entitled to? That was going on long after her death.
Well, that's what some of these law firms, that's what they promise you. They'll litigate you to death until you're just out of money and out of resources and you don't want to play anymore. And this guy has like unlimited money to play with too. And he's like, you can buy your way out of any situation.
Yeah.
Here also, obviously.
Yeah.
And I think over there maybe it's easier, but it
unless
seems like,
you're Danny Masterson.
yeah, exactly.
Then sometimes you have to pay the piper.
But the judge even said to him, you were driving the vehicle and you were under the influence of alcohol. So the court is already biased against him because they know what the fuck actually happened.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not until 2015
Wow.
that a trial actually happens.
What?
Yeah. So for the last time, they're like, we're really fucking getting to you now.
Mm-hmm.
They're not giving up.
No. And it's crazy because he's making movies and he's crazy popular during this time.
So he never stopped being a big movie star.
No.
He just relies on his legal team doing all this work for him.
Yeah. They have the trial, and like I was saying, I was breaking down as I was telling the story what he was saying in the court, and it's all, it wasn't me, and
the Shaggy defense.
yeah.
I was not.
Your Honor, I would like to invoke the Shaggy defense.
I was not.
All right.
I wasn't on the kitchen floor.
Yeah.
Wasn't me.
Was it with you with the crawler? Wasn't me. Was it
I
with
even
you?
saw him with a baguette.
Was it with you with the croissant? Wasn't me. American Express Bakery. Wasn't me.
On May 6th, 2015, 13 years after the crash, Khan was found guilty
Yes.
Whoa.
of all charges in the case. The Bombay Sessions Court concluded that Khan was driving under the influence of alcohol, causing the death of one and serious injury to 4 other homeless people.
I wonder how they proved that, though.
Did they have to say homeless people?
I know.
The unhoused.
Could you just,
Couldn't they just
say
their
people?
names?
Yeah.
I
You
mean,
seriously injured 4 crusty homeless people.
the sad part is in Los Angeles today, you could go to the police station and say, I just saw someone run over 5 homeless people. And they'd be like,
Good.
all right, you want to file a report?
Yeah. Yeah, the cops are like fucking tuned out these days. Like some landscapers told the cops that they found literal body parts in Encino, and the cops are like, "Well, do you have the body parts here?"
You got them on you?
Yeah, frisk this guy.
Sorry, I left them at home.
Yeah. Then get out of here.
Yeah.
We're going to lunch.
Yeah, the judge convicted the actor for culpable homicide not amounting to murder and sentenced him to 5 years in prison. So you guys are right. That is like a manslaughter charge.
Mm-hmm.
Later in the same day, Khan, being represented by senior counsel, was granted bail. His driver, who had given the testimony that it was himself who was driving the car at the time of the accident. So that was one thing. People think he was paid off because this guy that wasn't even there that day during the trial said, it was me. And the reverse Shaggy
The
defense.
reverse Shaggy
Yeah, it was me.
with the Kreller.
It was me. It was me. I could see that if he got a good payday for his family.
Why not?
Yeah.
Do 5 years. What's
Straight
the big deal?
rupees, homie.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he doesn't have to do time because it's not DUI anymore because
Oh.
he was on
wait
the clock.
a minute. So did they take away the DUI then?
No.
They said the DUI part, but yeah,
No, but if he wasn't driving and you got another guy claiming he was the driver, doesn't that take away
Well, yeah.
Khan being the driver as drunk?
Yeah, I could finish the sentence and we could find out what happened.
I don't want you to.
His regular driver who lied about being there was charged with perjury and misguiding the court with false testimony. He was arrested for lying about testifying that it was himself that was driving through a bakery.
So they didn't believe him.
No.
Okay.
There was a kidnapping and eventual death of the prime witness, Police Constable Patil.
Oh.
That was his bodyguard, the one that was there with him that night. That
oh
they were
yeah,
driving
that's
around.
right.
He was kidnapped and eventually died. And it remains a mystery with people suspecting the involvement of organized crime.
Whoa.
Because he was going to testify against Khan?
Yeah. So then on appeal, December 2015, same year he was convicted, Khan was acquitted of all charges from this case due to lack of evidence.
So another Cosby.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they let Cosby out, huh?
They did. He's currently a free man.
I was shocked by that. That's
I
crazy.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he did not have to go to prison.
Wow. And Jussie Smollett is out of jail.
Is he?
And he doesn't have to serve until his appeal is heard.
Oh my God.
But this guy, it's crazy. People still love him. There's a quote.
People still love OJ.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, not I.
Yeah. Not most people, I hope.
But this dude, Salman Khan, to this day, he's always shit-faced in public, like still doing movies.
No shame.
They say the frequent reports of drunken misbehavior in public, indiscipline at work, and girlfriend abuse, along with the hit and run and poaching cases, which I'm about to get into one of the poaching cases, finally landed him in court, have greatly contributed to fan enthusiasm for him.
What?
His mostly male followers see something of their own struggles in this man they call Salman Bai.
Who amongst us hasn't hit 5 homeless people?
This is absurd.
Yeah.
Let he without sin throw the first car.
So the first
Cast the first baguette.
first cream-filled donut.
To them, he is a golden-hearted man-child whose charitable trust is reason enough to forgive him for what they consider mere human failings.
He's like, guys will be guys.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
So as his acting was, his career was getting started, he was out filming in the woods and got charged with, killing an endangered species.
What?
He went buck hunting while on set pretty much. It was like another Rust case, except instead of killing Helena Hutchins, they killed endangered species. And he actually, this was in 1998. And again, it's like the court system, might be either because he's super rich and famous that they can keep delaying the cases, or there's just a shit ton of people in India. We don't know. Yeah, so he's had accusations of poaching endangered antelopes under the Wildlife Protection Act. And he has also been accused of keeping firearms with expired license.
I mean, that's the least of it so far. But
Yeah, on February 17, 2006, he was sentenced to 1 year in prison for hunting chinkara, an endangered species. He was handed a 5-year jail term, and he was granted bail again. This dude just was in and out of court his whole life.
He's the Teflon Khan.
Bail, bail.
he's like John Gotti.
Yeah.
I said the Teflon Khan.
You're right. That was your thought, not mine. I was asleep at the wheel for a second.
And
Great reference, Mark.
Thank you.
there were charges filed against him and his other colleagues in the endangered black buck killing case. So there's another poaching endangered species case. That's 3.
Is he just one of those guys that just like doesn't care? He's like a Rush Limbaugh. Like, yeah, I'm crazy. I'll kill this and I'll eat it in front of you.
Well, he suffered no consequences.
Yeah. So why bother caring about any of this stuff?
And he's convicted in all of them, but then gets bail and doesn't have to serve any time for all these.
I guess he just loves being this guy that lives wildly and always has run-ins with the law.
Yeah. Salman Khan actually had an ex-girlfriend that after their breakup in March 2002 accused him of harassing her. She claimed that Khan had not been able to come to terms with their breakup and was hounding her. Her parents lodged a complaint against him, and in 2005, news outlets released what was said to be an illicit copy of a mobile phone call recorded in 2001 by the Mumbai police. It appeared to be a call in which he threatened his ex in an effort to force her to appear at social events held by Mumbai crime figures. The call featured boasts of connections to organized crime and derogatory comments about other actors. So he's like calling her to beg for her back and being like, you don't know who I'm connected to, and also Steven Spielberg sucks.
He kind of is like Frank Sinatra. It's like I can't get this part, Godfather, because the guy doesn't like me.
Yeah.
And it turns out he's just a huge piece of shit.
Yeah.
He's
That's
Frank
really
Sinatra meets Mel Gibson.
Yeah. Where he's like, if you don't get out of this movie that I want to be in, I'm going to break your legs. Or if you don't, go out with me again, I'm going to kill people that you know. It's just like, he's just like a very petty loser.
Yeah.
Why don't you blow me?
Yeah. Why don't you like me back? What a little bitch.
Yeah.
Get lost.
Yeah. So,
Nice guy.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Other than all that stuff, he's a nice guy.
Yeah. Good guy. He just had a movie come out this year in IMAX, 4DX, and other premium formats. He personally made $37 million.
IMAX.
Yeah, off of Tiger 3. And this is a big action franchise in Bollywood.
Okay.
It's like a Jason Bourne, but for Bollywood.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then one moment they're like shooting each other and, having an intense fight. Then the next one, it's like a big, dancing number.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Bollywood movies, they do have the dancing, and I guess they're all really long, too.
Yeah, they're like 3.5 hours. I mean, that's the one thing movies these days actually have in common.
Right, that's true.
Like every movie 3.5 hours long now.
Scorsese's movie, it's like a weekend to get through it.
I'm still working on it.
And they all have happy endings.
Yes, yeah. So this guy is still working, still making money.
Yeah.
No one stopped this monster yet. At least with Weinstein, he's been stopped and he's in jail. But this guy's still out free, making movies and he's still doing shit.
Yeah. Yeah, he's more famous than ever. And more beloved than ever. It's very odd.
Well, I hope he'll never cross over into American markets with that, bad behavior.
And in the movie, it says he's framed as a traitor by an ex-ISI agent and then has to go into a life-threatening crusade to clear his name. So he's always heroic.
Yeah.
He has control of his public image.
Even though
he's
he's a coward that ran away from killing 4 homeless people.
Yeah, he's
Or
stopping
running
all the corruption in the world. But meanwhile, yeah, he's like literally driving over homeless people.
I mean, if that's not just brutal capitalism.
Yeah. So I guess it's a happy ending for him so
is.
far. Not
Yeah.
for the rest of us, I guess.
Not for justice.
Yeah.
Not for Lady Justice.
Yeah. But yeah, all the charges were acquitted by a higher court, and they cannot charge him again.
Well, it seems like in this justice system there are some courageous people who would refuse to be bought off or refuse to like drop these cases.
It seemed that way because they just kept going for
Yeah.
13 years.
That's forever.
Yeah.
Well, because I don't know, you get that here too. You get like a really good prosecutor or like a really good justice department here and there, but usually officials are like, they just want to go home at 5 o'clock. They're not really there for like the hard fights and stuff.
Yeah.
And if there's a payday, someone's gonna pay them off, they'll take it.
Yeah.
Well, R.I.P. fifth homeless guy and
Jeez.
bodyguard.
The way you say that,
Well, he never gave us a name.
Well,
Yeah.
the name's not out there as far as I can tell. I haven't been able to find it.
yeah, and the bodyguard too. Who that's a weird one because he was likely to be a state's witness.
Yeah.
They were going to allow him to do that.
No.
Yeah.
And, crime is very hard to prove in this world. And especially when, when you have literally the mob of the area working for you. So,
Yeah. I think the bodyguard, Patil, it was like some Russia type shit because they have a picture of him here. Looks on his deathbed, and he's like super skinny and sickly.
oh, they gave him a dose of one of those bad poisoning shit.
I guess so.
Yeah, there's always like some Russian guy you see is like bald and he's like dying. You see the previous picture, he's like young and playing volleyball like a month before.
Yeah.
This is what happened after he said Putin was fat.
Yeah.
You watch me. I'm going to name names and I'm going to put him in jail. Cut to his gravestone.
Yeah.
yeah. On the caption that he always stuck to his guns.
For better or worse.
And their gun stuck to him.
Khan's at his funeral. He's like, he was a great bodyguard.
Yeah.
He still has on like the black rubber gloves.
Oh, whoops.
In 2007, Patil was found on the streets and it was admitted to a hospital where he died in October. He had been suffering from tuberculosis.
Tuberculosis?
Yeah, and his family had abandoned him. So
That's like what Vivian Lee died of.
yeah,
That short you put out.
yeah, from
Gone with the Wind.
with the wind. Yeah,
That's an old disease, isn't it?
TB, yeah, that's like, something you get in like the 1800s.
Yeah,
I mean you could
what's
still
going
get it
on?
if you like step on a rusty nail or something.
Really?
But yeah,
Or if you threaten to talk. And
Only 2 ways of getting it.
against an Indian superstar.
Yeah. 2 very specific ways of getting this disease.
He was found dead of cholera
Yeah.
on the Oregon Trail.
Yeah. Yeah, well, R.I.P. to the homeless fellow and to Mr. Patil.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
body
a very
count
sad
keeps-
ending for
Yeah.
the star witness there.
So is this guy settled down and like has a wife and kids and kind of put this mania?
No, he's out
behind
partying
him?
all the time.
Really?
Yeah, he's like Jack Nicholson. He just goes out and he's like, hey.
Yeah, it'll catch up with him at some point. You find, typically it comes back. Karma is a bitch, and that we know that Indian people do believe in karma. So
That is true.
yeah,
Yeah.
And reincarnation,
yeah,
right?
true. Yeah, he'll be
He'll come back as
Trump's
one of the-
underwear or something.
he comes back as a crepe.
Yeah,
Now that would be a happy ending.
he's a Dunkin' Donut.
Yeah. So that's the story. Salman Khan, still superstar, out in the world, getting shit-faced all the time.
Yeah,
People around him dying.
don't walk in the street in front of him.
Yeah.
Well, he's driving at you.
Yeah. Don't lay down on the street either.
Not like you were going to do that before, but you know.
Well, he's a rich industry plant, nepotism, baby.
That's true.
drunken asshole.
That's
That was
right.
screenwriter, yeah.
Yeah.
Also a fucking nepo baby.
forget
Fuck
about
this guy.
Yeah, he's got it's like you pick one or the other. You're either nepotism hire or you're mob enforced.
Yeah.
You have both?
Yeah.
How much you need going for you?
Yeah. That'd be like if, Macaulay Culkin was also in the Irish Mafia.
Yeah. What's going on here?
Yeah. Doesn't make sense.
Jesus Christ. I also want to say fuck Tiger 1, 2, and 3.
And 3, and whatever other ones come out too.
Yeah. Fuck you, Tiger.
We're putting that tiger to sleep.
Just kill this franchise.
Our podcast goes missing.
Yeah. I know. We're going to be the fucking
Wiped
part of
from
the
the
body
internet.
count.
Yeah.
That's probably why no one else has talked about this
Yeah,
before.
exactly. Nobody
they're-
really has.
they're
picked up on it.
And he kills those other endangered species. Why doesn't he kill his own tiger?
Hey.
Oh.
Franchise.
Nice.
All right. Well, any final thoughts?
Con man.
Ah.
Yeah,
Yep, you like that?
I do, actually.
Nice.
Any announcements?
Announcements. We'll have an announcement next week.
Okay.
Right now, I just want to thank all the people that came in the last couple weeks to our Patreon. Happy's Funhouse. Nice name. Casey Wood. Christina Patron. 97 Toyota Supra.
Love it. Great.
Deado. John Paul Trent. Lauren Vogt. Pixel Queen. Dana Garcia. Kitty Wampus. Great name. Friend of the show, Brianna Klassen. Boston comedian. Very funny.
Love it.
And Felix, thank you for joining our Patreon. Patreon.com/Death and Entertainment. We are now being able to be found in the search bar because they thought we were selling nudes. And we weren't. So we were shadow banned for quite a while.
Not yet.
Yeah, but we see that you guys are seeing us now, and we appreciate you. Thank you.
And go to deathandentertainment.com to get all the links to our social media.
Yes.
Until next week.
Don't go dying on us.
You have just heard.
A true Hollywood murder mystery.
I have never seen anything like this before.
The movies, Broadway, music, television, all of it.
A place that manufactures
Nightmares.
Okay, everybody, that's a wrap.
Good night. Please drive home carefully and come back again soon.